Feeling festive today,
Yes.
right? All the decorations, it looks gorgeous, beautiful. All right, so we are a week away from Christmas and the holiday travel rush is about to begin, but a major storm is heading up the East Coast, impacting more than 59 million people. The same system swept across the South over the weekend, and some areas are warning of flash flood emergencies. So this, of course, is adding a whole lot of stress to the holiday travel season. Speaking of which, a new poll is out showing stress is getting in the way of enjoying the holidays for many. 81% of you report national issues and world affairs are stressing you out. 75% are dealing with the stress of rising prices and holiday spending. 53% are worried about getting sick with the flu or COVID. And 44% are stressed remembering last year's travel meltdown. So here's a question. Are you feeling stressed? And what do you do about it? Jeff, what do? You have something particular that you do when it comes to the holidays and travel.
Yeah, I try to avoid it, right? I know it's going to be crazy during the holidays. I'm talking specifically Christmas, right? I go to visit my family, or we try to take a vacation in early December to avoid all that. If you put all that weight on your shoulders, which I think we do societally now, right? There's an excuse for everything, and I don't mean to get into a whole motivational thing here, but whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. So if you keep saying, I'm going to be stressed out, there's too much snow, I can't afford all these presents, everyone's dealing with that. But if you kind of put that aside or kind of divvy up your time, travel if you can earlier for the holidays, have people come visit you, let them deal with the stress. There's different things that you could do to avoid some of the holiday stress, but I get it.
That's super smart. I also think that there is a certain amount of, and not blaming social media at all, that's a very old man thing to do, but the internet does let you see what other families are doing for the holidays. And it does let me see what Erica's spread looks like. Oh, Jeff got 2 turkeys. Oh, Sam had fish and an all-vegan spread. What are we doing at my house? And so you best believe, like, if you are a person that maybe even isn't naturally competitive, just seeing what other people are doing and maybe what you could do, you're like, but maybe if we did the whole house red, well, that's another 8 hours of work. So just like understand that the internet's great, but you have a certain amount of time and the internet doesn't know your life.
Yeah, no, I think that's a really good point, and I don't think it's an old man point of view. I often think about, different types of families that I know, and you see like the most stunning, and kudos to y'all. That seems like it takes a lot of work. But I mean, see, I'm like, you're the Jones of the Joneses. You and your family.
Your light display is intimidating.
Except our Christmas sign that we found out there's a Grinch in our neighborhood. Bah humbug. They're offended by our sign because I guess, I don't know, the reindeer in the middle is offensive or the 2 North Stars are offensive. But we had the city come out and we got to take down the sign that my daughter and my husband spent 2 months making out of styrofoam, lights, glitter, and poles? Is that what they are? Poles?
Well, I don't know, but it was custom.
PVC pipes.
And it was beautiful. And that just shows you not everybody is trying to keep up with the Joneses. Some of them are trying to knock the Joneses out by their knees.
Yes, that's what it is.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yes, that's really what it is.
A little jealousy.
A little bitter Bob?
Imagine calling someone and be like, excuse me, my neighborhood's a little too cheery. Did you send somebody out? I know, right? My God.
Yeah. Okay, so speaking of stress, have you all been holiday shopping yet? If you have, chances are you've experienced some of these rude holiday shopping behaviors. This is from a list we found in the Huffington Post. So first up is opening packaged items in the store. Some people just can't wait to unbox things. Next is not being courteous with your cart. What about leaving a mess in the dressing room? And then being unkind to store employees. And finally, not minding your kids. Oh, that was me.
Was that all of them?
Literally, I had the worst Target experience on Saturday. I brought my kids, and I usually stick them in the cart because they're contained.
Yes.
This time, we were just going to get a birthday present. Sophie had a birthday party that day, getting a birthday present. In, out. No. Miles thought this was his free-for-all to run around all of Target. Lost him twice. I'm not lying. Had to go look for him, and then I had 2 moms being like, he's right there. Number 2, Miles took off his shoe and threw it at me when I tried to grab him.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. And number 3, Miles unboxed something. So Miles is banned from Target for 30 days and banned from getting cake pops all week. Oh, yeah. I was ticked. And someone I know in the neighborhood, Sophie's friend's mom, witnessed the whole thing. She was like, "You're doing good."
Wow.
You're doing okay.
Was that after the shoe?
I mean, it was an issue. But you know what? I think it was a good learning experience because Miles did learn. He did apologize, and he did say, like, the next day, so homeboy was thinking about it.
Right.
Mom, I'm sorry. I was mean to you at Target.
Right.
And I said, thank you, sweetheart. We all have things that we need to work on. You need to be polite. You need to be respectful. And no more Target for 30 days. I have a leaky eye. I'm not crying. I'm not crying.
It is very emotional.
Yeah, and it's also
your child's rebelling.
It's very stimulating for a kid. You took him out of the cart, and it's just like he's like, this is my chance.
No.
You know, I kind of get. I'm not saying it was right.
No.
I'm just saying I'm looking at it from Miles' perspective, but it's a really big milestone that he's understanding that his behavior has consequences.
Thank you.
He went home, he thought about it, and woke up the next day. That's transitioning into being a little person. So unfortunately, it had to happen to Target. I don't know why Target's got to have this
you
thing.
had that happen to you?
We've all had that.
Did they
We've
get
all
banned?
had that, and that's a lot different than not minding your children.
Yeah.
Of course,
True.
you're embarrassed by it. You're upset by it. You set a precedent. You lay down a law. That's what you have to do, right? Not minding your kids is exactly like just leaving my shopping cart in the middle of the parking lot, and I don't care about it. I don't care if my kids tear this place apart. It's not my problem. Let someone else deal with that.
Thank you.
That's what that is.
Entitlement.
Right, and I don't want to bother anybody with my children. I go to eat at 3:30 on a Friday night, so I don't bother anybody. But that's what I'm talking about. Limit your stress during the holidays. You could be like, oh my God, it's snowing over there. This is Trump's fault. It's like, calm down. It's winter. It snows.
Right.
Be mindful.
Perspective.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
Do you want Auntie Erica to take Miles to the Target? Because it might change everything.
What do you mean? What would change?
I have special tactics.
Like what?
You can't discuss that. It's like,
like I let them get lost. And then I watch them from far, far away, and I watch the panic, and I watch them like going around, like looking or whatever. And then I like wait until it's like right on the brink, and then I walk by like, oh.
Good for you.
Oh, are you looking for me?
I want Auntie Erica to come. I did sit him down and I did tell him about kidnapping. He needed to know. Kidnapping and getting hit by a car.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I'm sorry, it's
Christmas.
true.
You got
on top of the cake pop band?
And the cake pop band. You don't just run amok in a Target. Like,
Scare
I'm
'em
sorry.
straight.
That's super depressing.
I'm team scared straight.
Right.
I used it as a learning experience.
On the way home, we're going to talk about plane crashes. Like, come on, it's holiday.